Raphael Domjan, or Dom Juan, as you say in Spanish. Nice one. Welcome and thank you for your time. Raphael, you are the first person to ever jump from a solar-powered aircraft, and you are in fact the founder of the Solar Stratos project and the chief skydiver on the project. Last week, you made your jump from 5,000 feet, traveling at a speed of about 80 kilometers an hour. Now, Raphael, you've got a bit of a history of pushing the limits with regards to solar-powered exploration and development. And you've actually circumnavigated the world under solar power, which is pretty interesting.
Thank you, first of all, Pete, to give me the chance to have to talk in your blog. Thank you so much. Yes, I did the first ever Wonder World powered by solar energy with Planet Solar. That was between 2010 and 2012. And that was my first big adventure powered by solar energy.
Very nice. And I also see that you have a lot of other sustainable and humanitarian efforts that you're spending your time on.
Yeah, since 2005, I try really to protect my goal is to protect the climate against the climate change, against the CO2. So I am doing, of course, this type of adventure, of exploration. It's more exploration, but also we have some projects in South America, in Africa, to try to promote solar energy. And we have many projects, and I did few projects since 2005. But there is still a lot to do. We see that there is a beginning of change, but we have to change the whole world. So there is a lot to do still in the front of us.
And that kind of takes me to the whole point where I was very excited to speak to you, is that it's very easy to see one jump from a solar-powered aircraft at 5,000 feet as not a big deal. But for me, it's a huge deal because it starts to open the technology to so many different aspects. And rather than seeing it as an outlying event, I see it as a key moment. Because what happens from here is what's interesting, though, where we develop from this moment. And I wondered, what is the mission statement for the Solar Stratos project, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, first of all, you're right. It's the jump for any skydiver who has a minimum of experience. It's not difficult. That's clear. What was difficult is to be able to have a solar aircraft, two-seater. There is only 2 aircraft like this in the world, and to get the green light from the FOCA authority to do it, because this aircraft is still a prototype. It's an experimental aircraft. We don't have any certification. So that was a challenge. Actually, that's the first solar skydive, but also the first jump from an electric aircraft. And this is also a big step, I mean, for this type of sport. And I think it's a big step for the young generation, because, you know, for the young generation, maybe they can think now, okay, but tomorrow I will not be able to do skydiving. I will not be able to travel because it's not good. I cannot take any aircraft because the aircraft is polluting and is sending so much CO2 in the atmosphere. And what I want to demonstrate now, even in the world of tomorrow, we will work with renewable energies, with electricity. It will still be possible to make some stupid things. What our sport is a little bit stupid, of course, we climb to go down. But this is also very important, because if we do just stuff that is useful, the world will be very boring. So, I mean, I think it's very important to demonstrate that we can still do some sport, some activity that they are not useful. And this is a big step for me.
That's the exact motivation that got me doing these things, was trying to speak to people like you who see skydiving not as some just frivolous activity, but it's important, as you say, to have fun while saving the planet. Otherwise, what's worth saving the planet if we can't enjoy it as well? And like I said, the technology that's being developed in order to do these things is stuff that we can then start to draw on, like the Formula One, the way that technology goes down into cars. So the solar panels that you're using, they're obviously the highest, the latest, the greatest. The charging, the battery storage. I'm assuming all of that technology can then drift along to the other aircraft, like the Roy Ganzarski from MagniX, who I interviewed a couple of weeks ago, he was hoping to be the first person to jump from an electric aircraft. And I'm good for you that you managed to beat him to it. Nice one, man.
Yeah, so for me, you know, we make some very easy calculation. I don't think so that the future will be of skydiving will be with electric aircraft, but with a solar aircraft, but with electric aircraft.
Yeah.
We make a very easy calculation. You need a hangar when you have an aircraft. You need a hangar, and we made the calculation not in Spain, but in Switzerland. That is not that good at what you have in Spain, as an example. And we saw that with the roof of the hangar of the plane, you can jump every weekend for 8 months with one aircraft, every day, non-stop. Because also when you will go down with an electric aircraft, you can recharge the battery. So it's just the weight of the skydiver that you need power. Because when you go down, you don't use power. You get some power from the weight of the aircraft. Yes. So that's a huge difference. It means that we will split by 4 with our calculation the energy that we need to do this sport. It's huge. So it will not be 100% powered by the roof of the hangar, but you can provide 80–60% from the roof of the hangar.
And then you can create on a drop zone, and this is something that interests me, is a microgrid. So we draw from the solar from the hangar, but then we have the wind from somewhere else and from the biomass, and we all share the electricity so that at different times, different people can be using it. Especially,
of course, and then that's much better than if you have a solar aircraft, because of course on the roof, if you don't fly, you don't care because you put the electricity into the grid. Yeah. And then you take from the grid, you know.
Yes, perfect, fantastic. Well, I'm not going to take too much time from you, but is there anything else that you want to share with a skydiving, especially a skydiving audience?
Yeah, I want to share that with skydiver that it was for me amazing, because when you are flying on a solar aircraft, an electric aircraft, there is no noise, nothing. So when I was on the wings just before jumping, and the speed was very low, I was between 60 and 70 kilometers per hour. So it's very strange because you are not in a balloon, but you are flying with no noise, and you fly very slow. And it's really nice to jump from this type of aircraft. And I hope that tomorrow, many other skydivers will be able to jump from electric aircraft and maybe solar aircraft.
Fantastic. Let's leave it there. And Raphael, thank you so much for your time, and good luck with the Solar Stratos project.